Communications 1010 class at Salt Lake Community College, and I'm going to explain the update program that I've set up for the Macs and why we're doing it and what exactly everything is going to happen. Basically, this is the update plan. We're going to upgrade everybody who has a Mac to OS 10.5. So they're all the same, all the drivers are the same. We're going to upgrade all of the PowerPC Macs to be Intel Macs, so we're going to buy 18 new ones. Put in an Xserve for some management stuff. We're going to put all of the Macs in Active Directory as well as in Open Directory. I'm going to put a Mac at my desk so I can manage them and deliver software to them and build packages. Not going to have any hand-me-down Macs anymore, so that we don't have to deal with this one gets handed down to 7 different people, because that is just too much work. They're going to be numbered like PCs because they're going to be set up onto a rollout plan. They're all going to use a default administrator account with the admin password that we use, and they're not going to have the MIS and their number account anymore. This is how we're going to number them. They're going to get a year, just like normal, and department number, just like the PCs. The only part that's different from the PCs is that they get a number 5 there instead of a 0, and the 5 denotes that they're a Mac, and then the 2 Ys are their computer number. So mine, for example, would be E92501. So the reason that we're doing this is a couple months ago, I went to do a job for an end user who was rather hostile. So I took my boss with me for some support, and he decided that we needed to support the Macs better, and he decided that I needed to figure out exactly how many we had and then go to some kind of Apple training. I went to Apple training for Windows administrators. I learned about the Apple Disk Utility that's used for imaging. I learned about what they call the Golden Triangle, which uses Active Directory and Open Directory for management. And I learned the value of Apple Remote Desktop. The Golden Triangle, it requires a domain controller, an Xserve, and Apple clients. The domain controller just does Active Directory like normal, just like it does for the Windows machines. You have your Xserve that's a member of the Active Directory and the Open Directory server and controller. Then you have your client that's a member of both Active Directory and Open Directory. It receives policies such as updates, internet access, and all of that from the Open Directory on the Xserve, but it receives user accounts on the Active Directory and email through Exchange. Apple Remote Desktop is a very cool program that I learned about as well. It does everything that the DISM does for PCs for the Macs. It delivers the software, it performs audits, and it lets you remote control. The trouble with it is that Intel and PowerPC Macs require different packages. You can use the PowerPC packages on the Intel, but they have to use Rosetta, which makes them run slower. And based on how hostile our Mac users are, that wouldn't work so well. The other drawback is it requires a local username and password for each Mac. That's the reason why I want them to all have the same admin account and password. It makes it a lot simpler to control them. The things that the Xserve does. I set it up to be running the Open Directory. Right now it's not running any policies except for just keeping track of the machines. I've set it up to run software update so it pushes all of the Apple software updates out to the clients, just like Gandalf the Update Wizard does for the PCs. They have to be approved, and it's just like that. It's set up to be a system image server for NetBoot, so when we get new ones we can put out an image that's pre-built and all set up. It's set up as an Apple Remote Desktop task server. It's set up like that so that when I get my Mac, I can use mine to push the software, and it'll actually get pushed from the server but mine does just like we have the DISM Explorer right now. And that's basically the plan, and thank you for your time.